Hey everyone! Welcome to Update X24H, your go-to channel for the latest news, hottest dramas, breaking stories, and all the buzz from the world of entertainment. We're here to keep you updated, entertained, and always in the loop. Hit that subscribe button and join our growing family, because here at Update X24H, we bring you the news that matters, the drama you love, and the stories you can't miss. Thanks for being part of our community. Let's stay connected, stay updated, and keep the good vibes rolling.
A quiet ceremony. A moment meant to stay private. And yet, somehow, it has already traveled across the entire internet. What was supposed to be a simple, heartfelt appearance has now become the center of a gentle storm of curiosity. Zhao Lusi was seen attending a close friend's marriage registration, a soft and intimate occasion filled with warmth, laughter, and emotional silence. There were no grand stages, no spotlight, only delicate decorations, quiet smiles, and the kind of atmosphere that feels more like memory than reality. But as images slowly surfaced online, audiences began to notice something unexpected, something that turned a peaceful gathering into a worldwide topic of conversation. Among the soft details and emotional expressions, a question quietly emerged and began to spread. Could it be that Liu Yuning was somehow present in this moment? Unseen but felt, close yet unconfirmed. No official statement, no clear evidence, only whispers shared across fandom spaces, growing not from certainty, but from emotion. It all begins with a feeling rather than a fact. Zhao Lusi appeared in a way that fans found deeply touching, carrying herself with a quiet sincerity that seemed to reflect more than just celebration. She was not performing for attention, nor was she presenting a public image. Instead, she seemed fully present for someone important in her life, sharing a moment that belonged entirely to friendship and loyalty. The environment around her felt almost symbolic. Soft lighting, subtle decorations, and small gestures that carried more meaning than words could express. One detail in particular captured attention and began to circulate widely. A playful, yet meaningful bouquet that stood out not for its beauty alone, but for its emotional tone, suggesting warmth, humor, and connection rather than formality. As fans began to piece together the atmosphere of the event, discussions naturally shifted into speculation. Social media platforms filled with questions that no one could officially answer. Was Liu Yuning present during this moment, quietly observing from the background? Or was his name simply being drawn into the narrative because of past familiarity and emotional association? There were no confirmed images, no verified appearances, and yet the curiosity continued to grow. In fandom culture, sometimes absence speaks as loudly as presence, and silence often becomes the very space where imagination begins to take shape. What could have remained a simple, beautiful memory between friends, slowly transformed into a wider, emotional conversation, shared by thousands of people who felt strangely connected to it. What makes this moment so powerful is not the presence of any confirmed event, but the emotional atmosphere surrounding it. Zhao Lusi has long been seen by audiences as someone who carries brightness and warmth in her public image. Yet here, she appeared in a more grounded and reflective light. Fans noticed a different side of her, one that felt deeply human, someone who remembers, someone who values the people who stood beside her during quieter and more difficult times. The emotion in her presence was not loud or dramatic, but soft and enduring, like a promise held quietly in the background of life. It was this emotional sincerity that transformed a private occasion into something that resonated far beyond its original setting. At the same time, the absence of confirmation regarding Liu Yuning added another layer of intrigue that the internet could not ignore. Without evidence, discussions naturally turned toward interpretation. People revisited past interactions, shared memories from previous public appearances, and reflected on moments that once felt ordinary but now seemed filled with possible meaning. Yet even within this wave of speculation, there was no certainty, only interpretation shaped by emotion. This is where modern fandom culture becomes especially fascinating, as stories are no longer built solely on facts, but also on feeling, perception, and the emotional connections audiences form with public figures over time. As the conversation evolved, the focus gradually shifted away from proving anything and moved instead toward understanding why this moment felt so emotionally significant. It was not just about who was present or absent, but about what the scene represented. A quiet ceremony between friends became a reflection of loyalty, gratitude, and the passage of time. It reminded audiences of the unseen bonds that often exist behind public lives, relationships that are not always visible, but are deeply felt. In this sense, the story became less about mystery and more about meaning, less about speculation and more about emotional resonance. The internet, however, rarely stays still when emotion is involved. Each image, each caption, each small detail became part of a larger collective interpretation. Some viewers saw romance hidden beneath silence. Others saw only friendship and shared history, while many simply admired the sincerity of the moment without needing to define it. The presence of uncertainty allowed space for imagination, and imagination, in turn, gave the story its viral energy. It is often not clarity that spreads fastest online, but ambiguity wrapped in emotion. What remains most striking is how a simple gathering turned into a global conversation without needing confirmation or resolution. It reflects how audiences today engage with stories not only through facts, but through emotional participation. Zhao Lusi, in this moment, became not just a public figure attending a friend's important day, but a symbol of connection, memory, and quiet loyalty. Whether or not Liu Yuning was ever part of this specific moment, the emotional impact of the narrative has already taken shape in the minds of viewers, shaped more by feeling than by evidence. And perhaps that is why this story continues to circulate. It does not demand answers, nor does it offer closure. Instead, it leaves behind a sense of softness, a lingering emotional echo that invites reflection. In a world often filled with noise and certainty, sometimes it is the quiet, unconfirmed moments that stay with people the longest. If you are still here watching with us, thank you for spending your time with Update X24H. We truly appreciate every viewer who joins us in exploring these gentle, emotional stories from the world of entertainment. If you enjoy content that goes beyond headlines and dives into the feelings behind the scenes, consider subscribing to our channel. Your support helps us continue sharing thoughtful narratives like this one, where stories are not only told, but felt. Stay with us for more updates, more reflections, and more moments that connect us beyond distance and screens. Until next time, thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you again in our next story.